My face you will not recognize, but I bet you've seen a lot of my work. For 20 years, I've been a Hollywood stuntman.
They were the daredevils who turned danger into art, the unseen heroes behind Hollywood's screeching tires and shattered glass. Before CGI and green screens, the stuntmen of the vintage era risked their lives to make movie magic real. From roaring engines and Bullitt to airborne chaos and Smokey and the Bandit, these legends choreographed chaos with fearless precision. Every skid, crash, and explosion was a test of nerve and skill, performed with nothing but grit, gears, and guts. They didn't just drive cars, they defied gravity, physics, and fear itself. These are the trailblazers who built the foundation of action cinema, the greatest stuntmen of the vintage era, whose death-defying feats still echo through every tire mark on film history. Number 15, Hal Needham. Hal Needham stands as the undisputed titan of Hollywood's vintage stunt era, a man who turned raw danger into cinematic poetry. Beginning as Burt Reynolds' stunt double, Needham's blend of mechanical insight, athleticism, and narrative flair set new standards for vehicular stunts. In 1970, he co-founded Stunts Unlimited, an elite organization that professionalized and protected the craft, bringing structure and safety to an industry that had long relied on improvisation and risk. Needham performed and coordinated stunts for classics like The French Connection and White Lightning, before making history as the director of Smokey and the Bandit in 1977, a film that redefined the American car chase. Using real cars, no CGI, and precision driving, he choreographed authentic high-speed sequences that blended humor with physics-defying action. His trademark techniques, controlled rollovers, ramp launches, and aerial spins, became blueprints for future stunt coordination. By merging technical mastery with storytelling, Hal Needham transformed the stunt profession from behind-the-scenes spectacle to celebrated cinematic artistry, earning an Academy Honorary Award in 2012 for his groundbreaking contributions to film action realism. Number 14, Yakima Canutt. Yakima Canutt is widely regarded as the founding father of modern stunt work, a pioneer who transformed chaos into calculated science. A former champion rodeo rider, Canutt brought his deep understanding of motion, balance, and animal behavior to early Hollywood, where he became the industry's first true stunt coordinator. His breakthrough came with John Ford's Stagecoach in 1939, where he choreographed the legendary chase and stagecoach attack sequence, a masterclass in timing, camera coordination, and physical precision. Canutt personally performed the death-defying leap onto a galloping team of horses and under the moving coach, a sequence later replicated in films like Raiders of the Lost Ark. Technically, he revolutionized stunt safety by developing the Running W, a device that safely tripped horses for falls, and early safety harnesses and rigging systems that reduced fatal accidents. As cinema evolved, he adapted his methods to early car chases and high-speed stunts, ensuring realism without recklessness. By the 1950s, Yakima Canutt transitioned to second-unit directing, passing his stunt innovations to a new generation. His work not only defined the vintage stunt era, but also laid the engineering and safety foundations of every modern action film that followed. Number 13, Bill Hickman. Bill Hickman remains one of cinema's most revered stunt drivers, celebrated for bringing raw, unfiltered realism to the golden age of car crashes. Trained as both a precision stunt driver and stunt coordinator, Hickman became synonymous with the gritty, high-speed authenticity of late 1960s and early 1970s action films. His most iconic work came as the wheelman behind the black 1968 Dodge Charger RT440 Magnum in Bullitt from 1968, the groundbreaking chase through San Francisco that redefined the genre. Hickman's coordination with Steve McQueen and director Peter Yates produced an 8-minute pursuit that remains a masterclass in practical stunt driving, featuring real speeds up to 110 miles per hour and no rear projection. He followed this with The French Connection in 1971, performing and supervising the film's infamous chase beneath New York's elevated subway, an unscripted, near-chaotic sequence shot in real traffic. Hickman continued to push limits in The 7-Ups in 1973, executing high-speed maneuvers in a record-breaking car flip. His background as a professional racer gave him unparalleled control and timing, while his commitment to realism elevated car stunts into visceral storytelling. Bill Hickman's legacy endures as the man who made cinematic speed terrifyingly real. Number 12. Carey Loftin. Carey Loftin is often hailed as the most technically skilled stunt driver of Hollywood's vintage era, a perfectionist whose mastery of physics and control turned high-speed chaos into cinematic elegance. Beginning his career in the 1930s as a motorcycle racer and stuntman, Loftin's versatility spanned from early westerns to the car chase renaissance of the 1960s and 70s. His defining works include Bullitt in 1968, where he coordinated and partially drove in the legendary San Francisco Pursuit, and Vanishing Point in 1971, in which he executed flawless high-speed runs across desert highways in the white Dodge Challenger. In Spielberg's Duel in 1971, Loftin's menacing control of the Peterbilt 281 truck turned a simple road thriller into psychological warfare on wheels. Known for precision driving under extreme conditions, Loftin could slide, drift, or crash vehicles with surgical accuracy, often hitting marks within inches at over 100 miles per hour. Technically, he emphasized timing, traction balance, and real-world dynamics over camera trickery, ensuring that every skid and spin looked authentic. Colleagues regarded him as a calm tactician who never wasted movement. Carey Loftin's genius lies in proving that the most gripping car stunts aren't reckless, they're orchestrated with mathematical perfection. Number 11. Bud Ekins. Bud Ekins was a pioneering stuntman and professional racer whose skill, precision, and fearlessness made him one of Hollywood's most trusted names in vehicular stunts. Originally a championship motorcycle racer from California, Ekins transitioned into film work during the 1950s, where his natural control over both 2 and 4 wheels quickly set him apart. He's best known as Steve McQueen's stunt double in The Great Escape in 1963, performing the iconic motorcycle jump over a barbed wire fence, one of cinema's most celebrated moments. Ekins executed the jump on a Triumph TR6 trophy, carefully modified to resemble a World War II BMW, launching at speeds over 60 miles per hour with no safety nets or digital effects. He also doubled for McQueen and Bullitt in 1968, helping choreograph the film's groundbreaking San Francisco car chase that set new benchmarks for realism and danger. Ekins' technical understanding of vehicle balance, suspension behavior, and throttle control allowed him to perform complex stunts with uncanny precision. Beyond his on-screen feats, he contributed to refining stunt safety techniques and vehicle preparation standards. Bud Ekins' legacy endures as the man who merged professional racing skill with Hollywood showmanship, defining the artistry of real-world stunt driving. Number 10. Ronnie Rondell Jr. Ronnie Rondell Jr. built his reputation as one of Hollywood's most fearless and technically gifted stunt coordinators, specializing in high-impact vehicular crashes that blended chaos with control. Beginning his career in the 1950s, Rondell rose to prominence during the 1970s when practical stunts became the heartbeat of American action cinema. His signature work includes The Getaway in 1972, where he coordinated and performed brutal, high-speed collisions that amplified the film's gritty realism. In The Blues Brothers in 1980, Rondell helped orchestrate the record-breaking pileup of 103 police cars, a sequence still celebrated as one of the most ambitious car crashes ever filmed. Known for his meticulous planning, Rondell utilized complex ramp geometry, timing synchronization, and multi-vehicle choreography to ensure safety while maintaining authentic destruction on screen. His understanding of vehicle dynamics allowed him to stage spectacular flips, rolls, and impacts that looked spontaneous but were mathematically calculated. Beyond cars, Rondell performed across hundreds of films and television shows, often acting as both stuntman and coordinator. A founding member of Stunts Unlimited, he championed professional safety standards that transformed the industry. Ronnie Rondell Jr. remains a benchmark for orchestrating cinematic mayhem with engineering precision and fearless creativity. Number 9. Dar Robinson. Dar Robinson was one of the most innovative and technically advanced stunt performers of the late vintage era, renowned for his precision-engineered high falls and daring car stunts. A former motorcycle racer and gymnast, Robinson revolutionized stunt safety and execution through scientific planning and custom-built equipment. His groundbreaking invention, the decelerator, allowed performers to fall from extreme heights safely by using concealed air brake cables, eliminating the need for visible airbags and expanding creative possibilities for directors. He executed over 5,000 stunts without a serious injury during his career, an extraordinary feat in a profession defined by risk. In To Live and Die in L.A. in 1985, Robinson performed an electrifying car chase and coordinated complex urban crash sequences with real vehicles and minimal camera trickery. His high-rise fall and stick in 1985, a 220-foot drop from a building, remains one of the most technically perfect free falls in film history. Robinson combined athleticism with engineering genius, meticulously calculating fall trajectories and speed curves to ensure both realism and safety. Tragically killed in a 1986 motorcycle stunt rehearsal, Dar Robinson's legacy endures as that of a visionary who pushed the technical and creative boundaries of stunt performance into a new era. Number 8. Dick Butler. Richard E. Dick Butler was an American stuntman and coordinator whose career spanned more than 4 decades. He coordinated stunts for Star Trek: The Next Generation's pilot, Encounter at Farpoint, and later doubled Brian Keith in Star Trek Deep Space Nine's episode Progress, though he remained uncredited in both. Butler's film credits include Mrs. Polifax, Spy, What's Up, Doc?, Conquest, and Battle for the Planet of the Apes, and The Towering Inferno. He gained recognition for performing Sean Connery's Mustang Mach 1 driving stunts in Diamonds Are Forever and Robert Shaw's shark scenes in Jaws. Throughout the 1970s, Butler worked extensively on police dramas like Adam 12, The Streets of San Francisco, Policewoman, Police Story, and Joe Forrester. His later work included Ground Zero, Get Carter, and Orange County. In 2009, he appeared in the documentary Looking Back to the Future, discussing his 1985 stunt work. A lifetime member of the Stuntmen's Association of Motion Pictures, Butler retired after heart surgery, but remained a respected figure in Hollywood stunt history. Number 7. Dean Jeffries. Dean Jeffries was a rare hybrid of master stunt driver, mechanic, and visionary car customizer whose influence shaped the look and performance of Hollywood's most iconic stunt vehicles. Beginning his career as a race car painter and metal craftsman in the 1950s, Jeffries quickly earned a reputation for blending mechanical precision with aesthetic innovation. As a stunt driver, he worked on films like The Blues Brothers in 1980, helping execute the record-breaking police car pileups, and Death Race 2000 in 1975, known for its satirical yet technically complex vehicular sequences. Behind the scenes, Jeffries built some of cinema's most memorable vehicles, including the Monkey Mobile, the Green Hornet's Black Beauty, and the customized Cobra for Shelby American. His workshop, Dean Jeffries Automotive Styling, became a go-to hub for movie cars, designed for both speed and stunt functionality. In September of 1955, actor James Dean visited Jeffries' Linwood shop to personalize his new Porsche 550 Spyder. Dean asked for the number 130 in flat black on the hood, deck lid, and doors, and a little bastard on the tail. Jeffries used glossy enamel for permanence, creating the now iconic look Dean admired. Jeffries' technical mastery lay in balancing chassis reinforcement, suspension tuning, and center of gravity adjustments to allow cars to crash, roll, and survive repeated takes. A lifelong racer himself, he insisted on performance authenticity over spectacle. Dean Jeffries not only performed the stunts, but engineered the machines that made them legendary, cementing his legacy as one of the true architects of cinematic car action. Number 6. Frank Tallman. Frank Tallman was a pioneering aerial and vehicular stunt coordinator whose daring precision brought an unmatched realism to mid-20th century Hollywood action. A decorated pilot and co-founder of Tallman Aviation with fellow stunt flyer Paul Mantz, Tallman became the industry's go-to expert for integrating aviation and ground stunts in films requiring complex aerial choreography. His work on Catch-22 in 1970 showcased meticulously planned mid-air formations and low-altitude maneuvers involving vintage bombers, all executed without modern computer effects. In The Great Waldo Pepper in 1975, Tallman coordinated and flew biplanes in aerial dogfights and stunt sequences that demanded split-second timing and deep technical understanding of aircraft behavior. Beyond the skies, he supervised ground vehicle stunts, applying aviation-style safety rigging, flight path mapping, and kinetic energy calculations to car sequences. Techniques that influenced future stunt planning. A severe leg injury in 1961 grounded him temporarily, yet he returned to flying and continued performing high-risk stunts with remarkable control. His extensive aircraft collection also supplied authentic planes for numerous films. Frank Tallman's legacy lives infusing aeronautical engineering principles with automotive stunt design, making him a trailblazer who literally elevated Hollywood stunt work into the stratosphere. Number 5. Terry Leonard. Terry Leonard is one of Hollywood's most versatile and technically brilliant stunt coordinators of the late vintage era, celebrated for blending horse, car, and fight choreography into seamless cinematic spectacle. A protege of legendary stunt pioneer Yakima Canutt, Leonard carried forward the tradition of practical, high-risk stunt design rooted in timing, realism, and mechanical precision. His defining achievement came in Raiders of the Lost Ark in 1981, where he performed the iconic truck drag sequence, a direct homage to Canutt's Stagecoach 1939 stunt by being pulled beneath a speeding Nazi truck on rough terrain. The sequence, filmed without CGI, required perfect balance, ground clearance control, and safety rigging innovation to avoid fatal injury. Leonard also worked on films like Apocalypse Now in 1979 and The Wind and the Lion in 1975, coordinating massive action scenes involving horses, vehicles, and pyrotechnics. His technical expertise included designing custom harness systems, concealed pulleys, and vehicle rig modifications that enabled dangerous stunts to be repeated safely. Known for his calm professionalism and engineering mindset, Terry Leonard redefined action choreography, proving that physical performance, mechanical ingenuity, and cinematic storytelling could merge to create timeless adrenaline-charged moments in film history. Number 4. Jack Gill. Jack Gill stands among the most inventive stuntmen and coordinators of the late vintage era, renowned for his groundbreaking ramp and vehicle flip techniques that reshaped television and film car action. Beginning his career in the 1970s, Gill became a key figure behind two of the most stunt-intensive series in TV history, The Dukes of Hazzard and Knight Rider. As a stunt driver and coordinator, he executed and engineered countless high-speed jumps, barrel rolls, and mid-air spins, often using custom-built ramp systems designed for both precision and repeatability. Gill's technical mastery lay in calculating launch velocity, ramp angle, and vehicle weight distribution to produce perfectly timed flips that appeared spontaneous on screen but were scientifically controlled. He also introduced roll cages, reinforced chassis systems, and internal safety harnesses that became industry standards. Beyond television, Gill worked on major action films like The Fast and the Furious and Bad Boys 2, mentoring a new generation of drivers. His work bridged the analog daring of the vintage era with the professionalism of modern stunt engineering. Jack Gill's innovations transformed vehicular stunts into a discipline of physics and artistry, securing his legacy as one of the true masters of motion and momentum. Number 3. Loren Janes. Loren Janes was one of Hollywood's most refined and technically skilled stuntmen, best remembered as Steve McQueen's trusted double and a performer who could blend elegance with genuine danger. A founding member of the Stuntmen's Association of Motion Pictures in 1961, Janes brought professionalism, discipline, and artistry to the craft. His partnership with McQueen produced some of the most iconic action moments in cinema, including the Thomas Crown Affair in 1968 and Bullitt, also in 1968. In Bullitt, Janes assisted in coordinating and performing key segments of the legendary San Francisco car chase, balancing precision driving with narrative realism. A former Marine and gymnast, Janes had exceptional spatial awareness and timing, enabling him to execute high-risk stunts with remarkable fluidity. His versatility extended beyond cars to horseback riding, combat choreography, and underwater sequences, contributing to over 500 film and television productions, including The Magnificent Seven and Blazing Saddles. Technically, Janes focused on seamless camera alignment, ensuring stunts appeared natural and character-driven rather than purely sensational. Known for his calm demeanor and mathematical precision, Loren Janes elevated stunt work into cinematic performance art, where calculated danger met visual grace and storytelling power. Number 2. Chuck Bale. Chuck Bale was a dynamic force in Hollywood's vintage stunt community, a performer, coordinator, and director who championed the artistry and recognition of stunt professionals. Beginning his career in the 1950s, Bale became known for his precision driving, motorcycle stunts, and realistic fight choreography, eventually transitioning into directing action-driven films. His crowning achievement came with The Stuntman in 1980, a meta-action masterpiece starring Peter O'Toole, in which Bale not only performed and coordinated stunts, but also helped to shape its authentic portrayal of the stunt industry. The film captured the chaos, creativity, and risk of filmmaking from a stunt performer's perspective, earning critical acclaim for its realism. Technically, Bale was instrumental in developing safe but visually striking vehicular rollovers and controlled explosions, emphasizing repeatability and physics-based coordination. He also worked extensively in television, including The Dukes of Hazzard and Starsky and Hutch, where his planning balanced speed, spectacle, and safety. Beyond his technical contributions, Bale became a vocal advocate for stunt recognition at the Academy Awards, arguing that their craft was as vital as acting or directing. Chuck Bale's career bridged artistry and advocacy, cementing him as a pioneer who elevated stunts from spectacle to respected cinema craft. And at number 1, Tom Huff. Tom Huff was a veteran Hollywood stuntman and coordinator whose long career showcased exceptional skill, control, and courage. Known for his versatility, he performed in major films such as Logan's Run, The Blues Brothers, Terminator 2: Judgment Day, and The Green Mile. His ability to handle high-speed car sequences, explosive action, and complex physical stunts made him a trusted name in the industry. Huff also left his mark on the Star Trek franchise, contributing to The Wrath of Khan, The Final Frontier, and The Undiscovered Country, where he doubled for DeForest Kelley. His television work included hit series like Mission Impossible, The Wild Wild West, and Chips, reflecting his adaptability across genres and formats. Respected by peers for his professionalism and quiet precision, Huff represented the spirit of old-school stunt performance, where timing, mechanical understanding, and physical endurance created movie magic long before digital effects. Tom Huff's legacy remains one of discipline, authenticity, and fearless dedication to the art of stunt work. From dust-choked highways to the perilous cliffs of cinematic history, the greatest stuntmen of the vintage era proved that true courage doesn't need digital effects, just a roaring engine, perfect timing, and unshakable nerve. Their legacy lives on in every modern car chase, every high fall, every screeching pursuit that leaves audiences breathless. These pioneers didn't just perform stunts, they rewrote the laws of motion picture reality. As we celebrate their fearless artistry, we're reminded that the best action isn't simulated, it's lived. So the next time a movie makes your pulse race, remember the legends who paved this road with rubber and risk. Let us know in the comments which vintage stuntman thrills you the most.